Not all winning print-on-demand designs are created equal. If you built a brand and made a lot of sales, you know what I'm talking about. And if you're a beginner or haven't experienced that high volume of sales, stay tuned. In this episode, we're discussing 3 levels of winning designs and how to market designs that fall within these 3 levels so you can make more sales, grow your brand, and unlock more freedom in your life. My name is Adrian Von Arx, here with my co-host Carlos Colon. Welcome to the Print on Demand podcast, a show dedicated to helping you make money online with Shopify and print on demand. What's up? Thank you for tuning in and welcome to the show. In this episode, we are going to be discussing the 3 levels of winning designs and how to market designs that fall into each of these 3 levels because the strategies really do differ. But Carlos, before we jump in, I got to shout out one of our amazing listeners. I just want to say thank you so much to Irish Golden Girl for your very kind 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. So she titled, I'm assuming it's a she titled her review, Great Insights. And in the review, she says, Adrian is one of my favorite YouTube presenters. This was my first podcast, and I am so impressed with how engaging and informative it is. Thank you, Adrian and Carlos, for helping us, especially newbies like me, prepare for Q4. Let's freaking go.
Thank you, Irish Golden Girl.
Thank you so much, Irish Golden Girl. We really appreciate, I don't think you guys understand how much you inspire us. We are inspired by you when we read these kind reviews because we are driven by impact. And when we hear from people that what we put out there is having an impact, it makes us just want to keep showing up and keep delivering. So totally. Really appreciate you taking your valuable time to write that review. Needed to acknowledge you for that. And I'm so glad that you like the YouTube channel and that you're enjoying the podcast. I mean, honestly, this podcast would not be the same without Carlos here because we really, ever since we were toddlers, Carlos and I have always been very synergistic and we've always been really close and just love bouncing ideas off each other. So we love that we get to come in here and banter and just share strategies that have worked for us and that'll hopefully work for you. So if you are loving the podcast and you're appreciating these podcast episodes that we're dropping every single Friday, can you please help us out just by taking a minute to review the show on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you're listening from? It really does go a long way to help expand the impact. And we love hearing from you guys. So thank you in advance. We really appreciate each and every one of you. With that, Carlos, are you ready to get into the meat and potatoes of this episode?
I'm ready. Let's go.
I'm feeling fall inspired. Thanksgiving is coming up in a couple of months. All right. So in this episode, we're going to be talking about the 3 levels of winning designs and how to market designs that fall within these 3 levels. So I'm going to break this down. We love breaking stuff down. Y'all know that if you listen to this show. I'm going to be breaking this down into 3 parts. We're just going to be going through the 3 levels. So first, we'll talk about level 1, what that is, and how to market if you have a level 1 winning design. Second, we'll talk about level 2, if you have a level 2 winning design, what that is, how to market it. And then third, of course, you guessed it, we'll be talking about level 3, what that is, and how to market a level 3 design, which I really hope everyone listening gets to experience at least once, but hopefully over and over again.
Yes.
But we'll get there. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm getting too excited. I'm getting ahead of myself. So let's just jump right in with part 1. So let's talk about level 1. So Carlos and I, we call these A grade, B grade, and C grade winners. So level 1 would be what we call a C grade winner. And here's what it is. These are designs that they sell occasionally, maybe even regularly. But every time you run paid ads to amplify your reach, it doesn't result in you amplifying your sales. They tend to underperform with paid ads and not be profitable even at small budgets. So we actually had so many designs like this It's very normal if you've released a lot of designs, and if you're actually driving traffic to those designs, you're probably going to have a lot of C grade or level 1 designs. And it's exciting, but it's also pretty frustrating because you see the design selling and you get really excited and you're like, this is the one that's going to take my brand to the next level. And then you put it in front of more people, you drive more traffic, and for some reason it does not hit, just doesn't pop off. So sellers tend to usually do one of two things. Both of these things we have done ourselves. We're usually guilty of every mistake in the book, but one, they continue running unprofitable ads to it, and they get strung along by that dopamine hit of that occasional sale, right, Carlos?
Yeah, we've done that. Yeah.
They're just like, oh, no. If I just keep running these ads, like eventually it's just going to take off. I think it's just like off to a slow start.
It's so tempting.
It's so tempting, and I totally understand, and we've definitely fallen victim to that, but I'm telling you, it's probably not off to a slow start. You generally know a real winning design within the first 72 hours.
Yep.
You'll know, like, it'll be either like nothing you've ever experienced before, or like something you've experienced before and has generated you, I mean, usually tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue. And so that's what happens. Usually what they'll do is they'll continue running the unprofitable ads because they just keep hoping and hoping that one day this ad's all of a sudden going to like totally turn around. And that just, that just doesn't generally work out, because the truth is hope is not a strategy, right? Like look at the data and make database decisions based on what you see. If the data is telling you that, you're making occasional sales, but it's never profitable, it's probably time to cut it. And so that's the other thing that sellers will do, right? If they're not getting strung along, hoping that like it's gonna all of a sudden just take off like a rocket, they'll cut the ad. And that's actually what we recommend, because we really just use ads for two main purposes: testing designs and scaling up winning designs. Those are two buckets. So if we test a design and it's not profitable, even if it makes sales, we will generally cut that design after a certain amount of time, and we will not invest more into scaling it up because it hadn't even proven itself at a small budget. Now, before I get into how to market level 1 designs, Carlos, I wanted to just hand it over to you and see if you had anything you wanted to add.
Yeah, I just want to put in perspective. These aren't bad. The C grade winners aren't bad. What it means is it sells organically. It sells organically. It's not a winner for ads. You might sell a lot of it on your website, but maybe it's just not a winner for ads. It's just, for some reason, people just don't buy it from the ad. And you can try and scale it as much as you want, but people just won't buy it from the ad, and they'll still buy from your website. That's totally fine.
Exactly. Yeah. Usually it's a result of it just not having a mass appeal, meaning like, you get in front of your hottest, like most brand loyal customers, and maybe they're buying it, but when you put it out to the masses in your niche, your target audience, it just doesn't have that mass appeal. So how do you market a level 1 design? Well, because a clear sign of a level 1 design is that they aren't profitable with paid ads, we wouldn't recommend generally continuing to run paid ads to them. Instead, we would say stick to free or low-cost marketing channels like social media and email marketing to make sales. And focus your energy, instead of, getting just totally caught up in the emotional roller coaster of trying and just not getting the results you want. Focus that energy on creating new designs that evoke emotion and relatability for your target audience. And be grateful for every sale you get from that level 1 design, but move on pretty swiftly, because you could be holding yourself back from your next level 3 design, your next A grade winner, which we'll get to. Do you ever feel like you spend way too long creating designs for your print-on-demand business? I used to spend hours creating some of my designs. Now I spend seconds using Kittl. Kittl is one of the most popular design tools for print-on-demand sellers because it's easy to use. It has thousands of trendy pre-made design templates and incredible built-in AI design functionality. This allows you to quickly and easily create incredible designs without being a graphic designer, investing in expensive design software, or having any design experience at all. And if you find yourself spending way too much time creating variations of a design or a collection, you gotta try their new game-changing feature, Kittl Flows. Flows lets you turn one design into many with the power of AI so that you can quickly transform rough sketches or ideas into high-quality designs in seconds. It's perfect for testing new ideas without investing a ton of time or effort. Just pick a design, add a smartboard, drop in your prompt, and watch it come to life. You can try Kittl for free by clicking the link below in the show notes or get 25% off a paid plan with code ADRIANPOD. So with that, let's shift gears and move into part 2. This is a level 2 design, which we also call a B grade winner. So level 2 winning designs, what these are is these are designs that they're profitable with paid ads at a low budget. So we like to test at low budgets just to see if an ad shows promise, if it has outlier results, and if it does, then we'll scale it up, right? So B grade winners or level 2 winning designs, these are usually profitable with paid ads in the initial testing phase. So at low budgets, I'm talking like $15 to $25 a day for 3 days, but they aren't super scalable. Here's what I mean by that. When you try to increase that budget to scale up that ad, meaning you're spending more money to reach more people, the ads generally become unprofitable. And it's funny, both of my brands started out with B and C grade winners before we created an A grade winner. And honestly, like it's kind of frustrating, right? Because you're sitting there kind of pulling your hair out, trying to figure out why your ads are not converting. Like, why do they become unprofitable every time you either run ads to design or try to increase the budget? And I used to always look for other reasons, right? Like Carlos, we're both guilty of this, right? Where we're like, oh, it's got to be Facebook ads, or oh, you know, there's a holiday today, and you know, a lot of people aren't on social media, or it's a slow time of the year. Guys, hear me when I say this. Winners win all year round. It doesn't matter what time of the year it is, and it's rarely a Facebook ads issue that you're as to why your ads are not performing. Like, yes, there actually are times when that is the case, but if you know how to run ads and you've been running them for a while and you audit your ads and everything looks good and it's not you are making sales, but when you raise that budget, it's not profitable. It falls kind of out of profitability and into the red. You've probably got yourself a level 2 winning design. That's not a bad thing. A lot of brands, they build up with like a number of level 2 designs. Like you can actually make a lot of sales and still be profitable with a high volume of level 2 designs. They're not the ones that are usually going to lead to huge income spikes in your business, huge sales spikes, like in a very short period of time. But that's okay because you're driving traffic, and when you drive traffic, there's a lot of secondary benefits. You're growing your social media, you're growing your email list. A lot of those people that see the ad, they might convert down the road. My point is they're not meant for scale. And so before I jump into kind of how to market a level 2 design, Carlos, I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, no, I love these ones too. You know, C grade are great. B grade are great too. What's nice about these ones is you can actually continue running ads to them. Right. You have to stay at low budget, and you're going to hit a ceiling. You're always going to hit that ceiling, and you're going to be tempted to keep trying to scale it, and you're going to hit that ceiling, and then it's going unprofitable, and then you're going to bring it down again, and then eventually you'll just be okay with it, just keeping it as is. Yeah. But that's how it is. That's how it is. That's how it is. Like, be grateful for the sales, but like, it's definitely like a bit of an emotional roller coaster. And totally, you're probably going to find yourself, if you've experienced one of these, you're probably going to catch yourself looking for reasons why
it just doesn't ever like blow up when you increase the budget. But it's just a result of it being a level 2, winning design. And, it was only when I created my first level 3 winning design, what we call an A grade winner, that I truly realized that not all winning designs were created equal. But I'm going to dangle that carrot for a sec, because we got to tell you how to market the level 2 designs, because they deserve love too, right? So let's talk about level 2 designs. How do you market them? So first of all, of course, you're going to want to leverage your free and your low-cost marketing channels like social media and email to make sales. And you will usually make sales from those designs through those channels. If it is in fact a level 2 winning design. Now, when it comes to ads, what you want to do is you want to continue running ads as long as they're profitable or at a minimum break even, but stick to low budget so that you don't fall into the trap of running ongoing ads that make sales but are not profitable. So we're going to bring it home here we saved the best for last, the level 3, what we also call A grade winning designs. So, seriously, these ones are worth like a shout out. These ones are worth some celebrating. We love level 1 and level 2 winning designs, but it's the level 3 designs that those have the power to transform your brand and transform your life. So these are designs that lead generally to fast and large sales spikes in your business. And so many successful sellers that I know and that we know, including us, like we have a small number of level 3 winning designs that generate the majority of our sales. And I'm talking, you've heard of Pareto's Law maybe, or the 80-20 rule, that, 20% of what you do leads to 80% of your results. This is very true when it comes to building a brand with Shopify and print on demand. Like, this is what we see all the freaking time, and this is what we experience ourselves. And I would say it's even more extreme. I would say it's more like 90-10, maybe even 95-5, meaning that 5% of your designs might be getting you 95% of your sales, 95% of your results. And guess what? That's totally fine. That's totally fine. Many brands have been built off of one or a few winning designs. And there's so many things you can do to extend the longevity of those winning designs. You can turn them into collections and put them on other products. You can be regularly releasing seasonal products with that design. You can be remixing it for different special occasions and seasons. There's so many things you can do here. There's so many ways that you can like squeeze all the juice and just maximize sales of these winning designs. And when you do have a level 3 winning design, the way you're going to know is generally because it's going to be an outlier performer right out of the gate. Like, I'm talking right out of the gate. And if you listen to our episode where we shared the case study about how my other brother and I were able to create a brand in the dog niche and generate $277,000 in 60 days, we talk about how this design started making sales essentially immediately. Like, we created the design, we posted it to social, we sent out an email, that converted to sales, we posted to social, that converted to sales, we ran ads, and that converted to sales. That is not normal for most people. And that is one of the clear indicators of of what we call level 3 winning design. So I want to kind of share a little bit more about this, and then I want to hear, Carlos, your thoughts, because, these are the designs that really, really change the game. And what you're going to notice, even if you don't get sales when you post it on social, what you'll usually notice is you'll get disproportionately higher engagement on social media than your average engagement. And when you send an email, you get disproportionately more sales of that product than you usually do when you send an email. And these are are really the designs that you can usually, if it's a true level 3 winning design, you can usually be spending hundreds or even thousands of dollars a day on paid ads, and they're profitable. That is how you know you have a level 3 winning design. And if you haven't experienced before and you do experience it, you'll realize you'll kind of forget about the level 1 and the level 2s, and you'll be like, oh, okay, this is what it looks like when you have a true like A grade winning design. Now, before I get into how to market those, Carlos, I want to hear your thoughts.
Yeah. So a level 3 or grade A winning design is incredible, and it's hard. I think people will jump on, say, a level 2 B grade, and they'll think that it's a grade, a level 3 winning design, because it's like the first thing kind of hits profitability, and it could still hit profitability quick. The difference here is that this one hits profitability really quick, and when you scale it, as you scale up the budget, it seems like there's no end. It doesn't hit a ceiling. There's like no ceiling. It's because it's mass appeal. And so with Meta, they're running ads to this winning design, and they're not seeing an end. They keep finding more people and more people that will buy it, right? Mm-hmm. And because there's so many people that would buy it because it's mass appeal, then you have to go pretty far in terms of budget before they hit some sort of like ceiling. There is a time limit though. There's a time limit. I warn you. You got to jump on it quick. If you hit one of these, you want to jump on it quickly and scale quickly, because there's a time span where it's the hottest, and then of course like it's not all lost after that. Like you can still ride a winner for like years after that. Mm-hmm. But that's all I'm gonna say, because I think Adrian's gonna be jumping into some of that for the marketing side of it.
Yeah. You dangled the carrot a little bit there. I'm glad you brought that up, because we're definitely going to be talking about that. It's very important to know this. And I like what you said about, it feels like the ceiling is like infinite. It's not. Usually every ad will have a ceiling at some point, but only the level 3 winning designs can you be spending hundreds or thousands of dollars a day profitably. That's one of the biggest differences. Let me talk about how to market a level 3 design. I think I've been yapping enough, and everyone's probably just waiting for the gold. All right, here we go. So, of course, for a level 3 winning design, you do want to leverage the free and the low-cost marketing channels. It would be silly not to. So you definitely want to be marketing this on social media and email, and please do not limit yourself to one post or one email about this. If this is a true A-grade winner, you should be marketing it regularly on these free and low-cost channels. Think about it. Like social media, free, unlimited digital real estate, and expect that when you do post a product to your feed or to your stories, that a lot of your followers, maybe most of them, aren't going to see a one-off post, right? And so you do want to be posting it regularly, but try to post it in different ways. Like maybe one is a product only flat lay, and then one is a lifestyle mock-up, right? Like be creative, but keep getting that winning design in front of them, and keep getting it top of mind and get their eyes on it. You want all the eyeballs you can get on this product, and you want them as quickly as possible. Next, you want to continue scaling up ads as long as they're profitable. And kind of going in line with what Carlos was saying, when you realize you have a level 3 winning design, you want to scale fast and hard as soon as you know. And there's a strategy behind this. It's because designs usually, we've found that winning designs, like the level 3 winning designs, usually have the most momentum in about the first 90 days or so that you release and start marketing that design. This is when they're fresh. They've never been seen by your audience. They've never been seen by people on social media. They've never been seen by people on ads. And it's before the copycats start stealing designs. Like we don't like to, no one likes when their designs get stolen. However, the sad reality is that this happens so often. And if you do come out with a level 3 winning design, it's probably going to get stolen. We're just being real, because every single one of our level 3 winning designs we've ever created has been stolen. And many times, I'm talking like stolen by hundreds of people. And there are ways to deal with this, and there are ways to try to get them taken down. However, sometimes, the damage is kind of already done. And so I don't want to dwell on this too much, but this is one reason why we say scale fast and hard while you have the most momentum, and while it's, your place is the only place that people could buy it. Now, what I will say is, if you have done a good job of creating a brand loyal audience, many times they'll buy from you even if they see it somewhere else, and even if they see it for cheaper. Like, we've literally had customers DM us, copycats, who are selling an identical design on an identical product for cheaper than us. And they sent us and said, hey, I think this person stole your design, and they bought it from us. So like, this is the power of a brand, right? Yep. There's a lot of things you can do with these level 3 winning designs. And like Carlos said, you can ride these out for years, like years. One design might be your best seller for like 3 years, but most of the momentum usually comes when it's brand new, it's fresh, and you just like drive a lot of traffic to that new, fresh design. So with that, we're going to wrap up this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys found this helpful, and we hope that you guys take this and you run with it. And if you do want more in-depth training on the strategies that we teach and the strategies that we've used for years to generate multiple millions in sales across 2 apparel brands in completely different niches, I always recommend checking out our free 60-minute on-demand training called How to Make Your First $10,000 with Shopify and Print on Demand, which we're going to link in the show notes, as we always do. Also, if you are ready to take action to start or to grow your brand, and you want direct coaching from Carlos and I, there is an opportunity at the end of that class to join our training and coaching program called T-Shirt Legends Academy. We always try to be very transparent and very upfront about this. Like, yes, there's a lot of free value in there, but if you do want continuation, if you do want to work with us, there is an opportunity to join our program. So if you're looking for personalized coaching to expedite the growth process, a supportive community of others on the same path, we always say iron sharpens iron, right? Yep. And if you're looking for step-by-step training on our proven repeatable growth system, heavily focused on marketing, in case you haven't noticed, we love talking about marketing, you can learn more about the program, and you can decide if TLA is a good fit for you. All right? That's all I'm going to say. So you can go and register for that training by clicking the link below in the show notes, or by going to ecomlegendsacademy.com/grow. So with that, we are going to sign off. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. You guys are freaking awesome. Remember to start before you're ready, take imperfect action, and know that you're always one design away.
Hey, if you're loving the Print on Demand podcast and want more, please help us out by rating this on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you're listening from. It only takes a minute, and this is one of the best ways to support the show and let us know that you're enjoying these weekly episodes. Thank you in advance, and we'll talk soon.